I don't think we actually talk enough about what estrangement feels like on both sides. We talk about who's wrong and who left, and we talk about what happened. But we don't talk about what it feels like to sit in it. Because the truth is, most people in estrangement aren't trying to hurt each other. They're trying to protect something. Their peace, their identity, the understanding of safety, and their understanding of what love is supposed to feel like. Somewhere along the line, the definitions stopped matching. And when that happens, it doesn't feel like a disagreement. It feels like a loss. And sometimes it feels like you're grieving someone who is still alive. I've spent a lot of time trying to understand this, not just from one side, but from both sides. Because what I have learned is this, that estrangement isn't caused by one moment. It's caused by a growing gap of how two people see the world, each other, and what love is supposed to look like. And if we don't understand that gap, we can go years thinking that that other person just seemed to quit caring, when that's not always what happened. I've been trying to understand how two people who love each other can seem so far apart. Like a parent who says, I did everything that I could. And an adult child can feel, you never even heard me. And both of those things can be true at the same time. That's what makes this so painful. It's not about someone being right and someone being wrong. It's something much more quieter than that. It's about two people who have learned to give and receive love in two completely different ways. Almost it's like they're speaking two different emotional languages, where one isn't seeing or hearing what the other one is seeing and hearing. Neither one realizes that the other one isn't seeing or hearing what they're saying. Neither one realizes that. So one is trying to show love, and the other is feeling hurt. And the gap between them is getting wider and wider. For example, when a young adult, an adult child, is setting boundaries for themselves, they're saying, I'm trying to take care of myself. And the parent will be saying, why are you trying to push me away? Those are two completely different viewpoints. These are two very different experiences happening at the same moment. One person is trying to protect themselves, while the other one is feeling rejected. And neither one of them is trying to hurt the other, but it still hurts, because the meaning got lost somewhere. And another place where this shows up is how we talk about mental health. So when a younger adult tries to talk about anxiety or trauma, they're trying to understand themselves. They're trying to make sense out of what they are feeling so they can heal. And what the parent may hear is, I did something wrong, or I failed you somehow. And that's not always what was meant, but it can be what is felt. So one person is trying to understand themselves and their experience, while the other one is carrying the guilt. And in the meantime, they're missing each other again. And what breaks my heart is that they are both hurting. Parents are sitting there thinking, after everything I've done, how did we get here? And the adult child is thinking, why can't they hear me? Neither one realizes that they're missing each other because they are both speaking from pain, but they're hearing it as rejection. So that over time turns into distance, misunderstanding, and eventually disconnect. And I started asking myself, what if this isn't about who's right? What if it's about understanding each other differently? What if instead of assuming intent, we got curious about meaning? The relationship didn't end. The language quit working. And so, if the language can change, then the relationship can change too.